Lamentations 3 verse 18 reads, "My endurance has perished, so has my hope from the Lord." Has life made you feel this way? It did to the author Jeremiah, but he didn't let sorrow and grief overpower him. In verse 21 he writes, "But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope." Notice, he commits to an act of the will rather than acting on his emotions and feelings. He does not say that all is hopeless and therefore he will give up in his hopeless despair. But instead, he says he will put something in his mind while he is in the state of pain and grief. He is going to put hope in his heart because he's going to put his mind on something. Here is what he preaches to himself, verses 22 to 24. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in him. The first thing he preaches to himself is that the steadfast love of the Lord never ends. God's faithful covenant love never stops. He calls to mind how God's love never ends. Think about how God has been faithful to you. This is the knowledge we have to put in our mind when we feel hopeless. Second, the author preaches to himself that the steadfast love and mercies of the Lord are renewed every morning. The author is calling upon himself to live one day at a time. Just see the mercies of God for today. Do not worry about tomorrow's difficulties and issues. Live in the compassion and mercy of God today. Great is the faithfulness of God. He will get you through today. Third, the author speaks to himself and says, "The Lord is my portion." He declares his dependence on the Lord for his provisions and his survival. Therefore, he concludes, "Therefore, I will hope in him." Lamentations 3:25 to 26, he goes on to say, "The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him." It is good that one should hope and wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Note the word quietly. It's important how we wait. Are we waiting quietly or are we complaining while we wait? Psalmist in Psalm 27:14 admonishes us, "Wait in the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. Psalm 25, verse 3. Indeed, let no one who waits on the Lord be ashamed. Verse 5, "Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. On you I wait all the day." In God alone do we find the strength to tread life's troubled waters. Psalm 33, verse 20, "Our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and shield." Psalm 62, verse 5, "For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for hope is from him." When we are still and silent, we can best listen for God to speak to us. Quiet patience drives us hope in God. He's sovereign over all things. So let us express our dependence by waiting patiently, avoiding worry, living obediently while seeking Him in prayer, expecting Him to save us as we long for His return. Be blessed.